All right, good morning. Today is Tuesday, September the 7th. You need to make sure you have your computer out and you are logged in to ClassLink. You are going to go ahead and go to Schoology. And once you are in Schoology, you are going to click on your English course. You're going to scroll down and click on First 9 Weeks. We are in week 5, September the 7th through the 10th. You will see that I put in a folder for Monday, September the 6th. It says Labor Day, no school, so there are no assignments in that folder. All right, Wednesday or Tuesday, September the 7th, we are going to do DGP week 5. And I should have put DGP5M. We are going to finish notes on the writing process, and we are going to start vocabulary for lesson 2. All right, so go ahead and click on DGP week 5. I do have a handout for you. And hold on, let me go back and edit. I'm going to let you refresh your screen real quick because this did not transfer correctly. Well, never mind. Okay, I'll have to fix that later. I do have a rubric for your DGP, but it did not transfer with the last course, okay? So go ahead and open this assignment with Cami. Now, you are going to see that your paper looks like this right here. All right, 8th grade, week 5. Go ahead, make sure that you are on the T and type your name up here in the name box. Put the date and the period, okay? Let Tony look at it. Okay, so what you are going to do with this sentence is just like what you have done in 6th grade and in 7th grade in my class in 6th and Mr. Harris's class in 7th, okay? The only difference is we're typing it instead of handwriting it, okay? On this sentence, we're going to go through and we're going to do Mondays and Tuesdays because we were out yesterday, okay? On Mondays, you are responsible for identifying the parts of speech. So what you are going to do is you are going to click on the T, okay? And you are going to put your cursor over each word individually, and you are going to type in the abbreviation for the part of speech for each word. Now, I am about to come around and give you a DGP handout. This handout is going to stay in your notebook from now until the end of the school year. You do not throw it away, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a few minutes to do this independently, and then we're going to go back and we're going to check it as a group, okay? You will get 20 points a day, 20 for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It adds up to 100. On Fridays, you will submit your final completed paper, and then you will take a major test on Friday on this sentence. Okay, the major test will be more like what we have done the last 2 to 3 weeks with having to drag and drop and label your images. Okay, you will also have some random questions that we discuss with DGP throughout the week that will be on that test on Friday. Okay. All right, so let me give you your handouts. I did cut the air off, so it should keep going. Now, on this handout, you will see that you have the marking guide and you have all the days of the week. Okay? You have the marking guide and you have all of the days of the week, so there's no excuse for you not to be able to do this 100% correctly. No, that's what my mom said. Right now, we're just doing breakfast. Use do Make sure you put your name on it. Put the map up. That's all. Don't pass these down.
What number? 17.
All right, you have about 9 minutes. Okay, Shavaria. For what? I cut it. It's not going off. It hadn't gone off.
Hold on. Who did you have first year? Okay.
Okay. All right, let's go over this real quick. The word that, okay? The word that is going to be what part of speech? Ethan. A demonstrative pronoun. Very good. And the abbreviation for a demonstrative pronoun is DEMPRO. Okay, so all you have to do is type in the abbreviation above each word. All right, is what part of speech? Kaylin. A linking verb. Now, don't forget that when you're identifying your verbs, you have to tell us what tense your verb is in. Okay, so is this going to be present, past, or future? John. Present. The abbreviation for present is PRES. Okay. Now, the word a is what part of speech? It will never, ever, ever change. John, article, adjective. Good. ART. All right. Very. Kaylin, adverb. Awesome. It is telling to what extent the boat is loud. Okay. Loud is describing what part of speech is loud. Braden. Adjective. Very good. ADJ. Boat. What part of speech is the word boat? Tony. A noun. Is it common or proper? It's what? Common. Little n. Okay. Something. Something. What part of speech is the word something? Anybody know? It's on your handout. We don't really know who something is or what something is. Jacob. Noun. Not a noun. Pronoun. Okay, but we need to be specific in the type of pronoun that it is. All right. It could be anyone or anything. We're not really sure. We can't pinpoint exactly who or what. Okay, John. Not, yes, it is indefinite. Okay, INDPRO. Indefinite pronoun. All right, indefinite pronoun. Must. Kaylin. It is a helping verb. HV. All right, be. Kaylin. It is a linking verb. Is it in the present tense or in the past tense? It is in the present tense. All right. This is what we call a verb phrase. Must be. Okay. Verb phrase. All right. Wrong. Sorry, wrong. Now, what is wrong referring to? The boat. It's kind of describing, right? All right. So, what part of speech would wrong be? An adjective. With. With is one of those words that you were supposed to memorize in the 6th grade. Maddie. Preposition. Good. The abbreviation for a preposition is prep. PREP. All right. Now the word it is what part of speech? It is on your, Kaylin. It is a pronoun. Okay. It is a third person objective pronoun. Now, is it talking about 1, 2, or 3? 1. So is that singular or is that plural? It is singular. Okay, it is singular. All right, any questions about Mondays? All right, Tuesday. All right, on Tuesday, we identify. If you need to know what the directions are, they are listed above each day, okay? If you need to know what the directions are, they are listed above each day. All right, so Tuesday, identify sentence parts including subject, complete and simple, complete predicate, verb, transitive VT, intransitive VI, direct object, indirect object, predicate nominative, predicate adjective, prepositional phrase. Don't forget to put in your parentheses, your object of the preposition. Is it an adjective or an adverb phrase? And do you have an appositive phrase? Okay, so on this sentence for Tuesday, I'm going to go into Wednesday just a little bit, okay? What type of sentence is this? Do you have more than one subject? Do you have more than one verb? You can look at Mondays. Do you have more than one subject or more than one noun or pronoun? Do you have more than one verb? Yes. Okay, so that right there tells you, hey, something's different about this sentence. Okay, it's not just a simple sentence. What kind of sentence do you think this is? John just said compound, okay? It is compound. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a semicolon in between boat and something because this is what separates our sentence, okay? This is what separates our sentence right here. All right, we have two independent clauses combined with a semicolon. All right, now what I want you to do is I want you to go over here to the left sidebar and I want you to click on the shapes icon. It's a circle and a square. Okay, click on the shapes icon. It is a circle and a square. Now I want you to click on the icon that says insert line. All right, insert line. It's a line with what looks like to be two triangles at the end. All right, when you click on that, it's going to give you a plus sign. You're going to gently tap on your keyboard with one finger and press down and drag. Okay, when you press down and drag, it creates a line. When you want to stop your line, you are going to release your finger from the keyboard and your line will stop. Okay, so we underline the subject once and the predicate twice. What is the subject of the first sentence? What is the subject of the first clause? That. The subject of a sentence always has to be what part of speech? The subject of a sentence will always be what part of speech? A noun or a pronoun, okay? You will see that question on your test on Friday. The subject of a sentence will always be what part of speech? A noun or a pronoun. You better make sure you know it. Okay? Now, the rest of the sentence, the complete predicate, we're going to underline twice. All right? Does everybody have this so far? Now, I'm going to go back to my text box, and I need to identify my complete subject or my simple subject. Okay, and I am going to do that by clicking on the text box, and I'm going to put a capital S above the word that. Now, being I have an intransitive verb or being I have a linking verb. Linking verbs are not typical of having a direct object, okay, because there is no action being shown. Is going to be intransitive, so I am going to write VI above it. Now, loud is describing the word what? Boat. What word in our subject lets us know that that is what that is? All right, boat tells us what that is. Okay, that boat It's specific in boat. That is renaming, it's a pronoun renaming boat, okay? It's a loud boat. So loud is describing boat and that. Therefore, it's what we call a predicate adjective, okay? It is an adjective in the predicate of the sentence, but it's describing that and boat because boat is referring to that or that is referring to boat. Are y'all with me on that? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Any questions on this part right here? Jacob.
What is that in is again?
That is your simple subject, and is a intransitive verb, VI. That means there is no action being performed on the verb. All right. Second clause. Something must be wrong with it. Okay. Again, go back to your shapes. Go back to your insert line. Something is our simple subject. We're going to draw one line under it. Your subject must always be what part of speech? Your subject must always be what part of speech? A noun or a pronoun. All right, I'm going to underline the complete predicate twice. Must be wrong with it. Must be wrong with it. All right, now that I have that underlined twice, I'm going to go back to my text box. I'm going to go ahead and put a capital S above something because that is my simple subject. It must be a noun or a pronoun. All right, must be who or must be what. It doesn't answer who or what after the verb. There's no action being shown here, so we know that must be or be is going to be VI, verb intransitive. Now, I do have a prepositional phrase. What is my prepositional phrase? With it, okay? So I'm going to put my text box in front of W, and I'm going to insert my brackets. All right, I am going to insert my brackets. And you will hit Shift 9, Shift 0 to insert my parentheses. Did I say brackets? Okay, I meant parentheses, not brackets, parentheses. Okay? Now, once I have identified my prepositional phrase, I have to then identify my object of the preposition. Okay? The object of the preposition will always be a noun or pronoun located at the end of the preposition. A noun or a pronoun located at the end of the preposition. Okay, so what is the OP of this prepositional phrase? It. All right. Now, is this prepositional phrase modifying or describing? It's telling us what is wrong. Huh? It really is modifying. Okay? Therefore, it is an adverbial prepositional phrase. Jacob, did you have a question?
No.
Okay. Now, wrong is describing that. Okay? It's a predicate what? A predicate adjective. Good. Y'all, I messed up. Well, no. Boat is what we call a predicate noun. Loud is not a predicate adjective. Because It's describing boat in the predicate. I messed up on that. Okay. Boat is a predicate noun. We don't know what that is in the subject of our sentence. Okay. We don't know what that is in the subject. We learn what the subject is in the predicate of our sentence. We learn what the subject is in the predicate of our sentence. Therefore, boat is a predicate noun. Okay. I'm sorry. I swapped that on up there. All right, any questions? This is going to save automatically. Okay, this is going to save automatically. And you will access the same document tomorrow, and we will do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on it. Okay. All right, any questions so far on this? Jacob.
What was B and wrong again?
Be is a intransitive verb, and wrong is a predicate adjective. Okay. All right, I'm going to exit off of this, and I'm going to go back to Tuesday, September the 7th. What I need for you to do now is I need for you to get out your writing process notes. All right, get out your writing process notes. And we are going to finish this up today. I do need somebody from this class, though, to tell me where we left off at. Revising, okay? All right, so I want you to go to the revising section. I want you to go to the revising section of your notes. And we are going to start here and work our way through the end, okay? Now, I want to make sure that we all are aware that on Friday, we're going to have a major test, okay? Your major test is going to cover the writing process and the 6 traits of writing. Now, my plan is to give you a study guide on Thursday. However, your guided notes should be the only study guide you need because they are so in-depth and very descriptive, okay? But you are going to have a major test on the 6 traits of writing and the writing process this coming up Friday. All right, you might be asked to identify the 6 traits of writing. You may be asked to identify the stages of the writing process. Okay, I might ask you, what do you do in the drafting stage? What do you do in the revising stage? What type of language should you use? Okay, what are some things that you should not do in formal writing? All right, Jacob.
Can I answer this, like, throw some of the stuff out? Because my thing's still in there.
Yes. Maddie. No. All right, those are some questions that you may see on your test on Friday, okay? Now, we left off with the revising. Did we leave off on number 22 or had we gotten to it at all? Ethan. Okay, we'll go back and get it, okay? All right, stage 3 revising. It is time to make our writing better. Okay, so number 22, what time is it in revising? It's time to make our writing better. All right, it is time to make our writing better. You want to go back and you want to reread. You want to check for sentence structure, sentence types. Did you stay on topic? Okay, all of those things. Hey, this needs to go to your 5th period teacher. All right. Number 23, what do you need to redo in revising? Okay. Read what you have written again. You are going to read your draft. You are going to read your draft. Read what you have written. You may want to get somebody else to read your draft. Okay? Yes, you actually have to reread your writing. All right? What can you rearrange in your writing? All right? Rearrange words or sentences. Okay? What can you ask to accomplish this goal? All right? Are you writing the same sentence order time after time? Are you writing simple sentences over and over and over again? If you are, that is going to be a very, very boring paper. Okay? Change it up. Write simple. Write compound. Write complex. Write some compound complex. Okay? Change it up and make it interesting. Number 25, number 26. What can you ask what number are we on? 25? 24. No, we've already done 24. We're on number 26. What can you ask yourself to know whether to add or delete material? Okay? Take out or add parts. Do all of the parts of the writing support your purpose or topic? Okay, when you are revising, you are reading to make sure that you have stayed on topic. Did you go out in left field? All right. If you're talking about what's in a hot dog, okay, are you talking about the products that are only in a hot dog? Or did you get off and go talk about peanut butter and jelly? Or did you get off and go talk about skiing at the lake? Okay. Make sure that you are staying on topic. Now, you might incorporate some of those other things into your writing, but it has to make sense and be a functioning part of the paragraph, okay? Number 27, what should you replace at this stage? Replace dead words or unclear words. You know, the words you love to use time and time again. Okay, do not repeat yourself. Change it up. That is called redundant. Redundant, okay? Redundant is when you say the same thing over and over again. Use a different word to say some things, okay? All right, 28. What should you do, if allowed, to make sure your writing flows smoothly? It helps to read your writing out loud, okay? It helps to read your writing out loud because when you're reading it out loud, you may say or hear something that you wouldn't have if you just read it to yourself. Sometimes it's even better to read it to someone so that they can hear what you're saying. You can fix errors that way. All right? Proofreading. Proofreading. Stage 4, proofreading. Time to make it correct. Okay, what is it time to do in proofreading? Number 29, make it correct. This is where we are actively looking for misspelled words, punctuation errors, capitalization errors, grammatical errors, subject-verb agreement, pronoun antecedent agreement, okay? We're looking to make sure that our paper is as close to perfect as it can be, okay? Make sure you have written incomplete sentences and that you have no run-on sentences or no fragments. Some of these things that I'm saying that are not listed up here are things that you need to make sure you have written down as examples, okay? What can you ask yourself to accomplish this goal? Have you made sure you have followed the rules of, do you have a variety of sentence types? Okay, simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. Do you have any run-ons? Do you have any fragments? You need to be checking for all of these things. Azalea. Yes. Do you have a variety of sentence types? I'm talking about this sentence. This. All right. Do you have a variety of sentence types? All right. The next one. What do you need to correct in proofreading? All right. You need to correct spelling, capitalization, and punctuation. Have you made sure you have followed the rules of grammar? Is the first word in a sentence capitalized? Have you eliminated random capitalization? Do all sentences have punctuation at the end? Just choose one. All right, number 34. What should you change in proofreading? You should change words that are not used correctly. Watch out for homophones. There. Okay, THERE is talking about a place. There. THEIR. That's talking about something, a person, a thing, okay? And they are is a contraction for they are, not they. You don't say they're going, it's they are going. THE''RE. Okay, these are things we have to make sure that we are conscious of. All right, introduction to final draft. Stage 5. All right, time to share. What time is it to do in the final draft? All right, who do you think you're going to share your paper with? Your classmates, your teacher, maybe your parents, could be a publisher, okay, or an editor. What should you do in the final draft of an essay? Have someone check your work. Now, when I write a paper, I usually ask Grandma Wheelis to proof it. Okay? If it's a big paper, I ask for someone to proof it. I have even asked Miss Johnson, our counselor, to proof it. Okay? You cannot be scared of asking someone to read your writing and look and check for errors. All right, what can you do to determine the appearance of the final draft? Recopy it correctly and neatly. All right, we're not going to be handwriting any papers. You will be typing them. Okay, you will be typing them and you will have a format that you must follow. And I will teach you how to make all of that happen. Okay? What can you finally do when you are finished? Relax. You are done. Okay? Are you really done? You are really done, but then you might have another one, so not until the next assignment. Okay? All right, so these are combined. This process combined with the 6 traits of writing. Okay, you will be tested on Friday. Now, these steps to writing in the process, this is something you have done since elementary school. I know that you have probably been taught like the hamburger style. You got the bun, the introduction, and the conclusion, all of that stuff, okay? This all is really and truly just a recap, or it should be. If it's not a recap, then we are teaching you how to write, okay? Straighten that desk up. All right, now I need for you, make sure you put that in your notebook, okay? And you're going to go back to week 5, September the 7th through the 10th. Click on Tuesday, September the 7th. And you are going to click on Wordly Wise Lesson 2 Vocabulary. Now, you will see that you have a rubric here. All right, what does this rubric do? It tells you how I'm going to what? I'm going to grade your definitions, okay? If your word is listed, then you are going to get 15 points for all. Okay, if you write the part of speech for each word or type it, then you're going to get 15 points. If you do 3/4 of them, then you're going to get a 10. If you do half, you're going to get 5. If you do a fourth, you're going to get 1. Okay? Multiple definitions. If a word has more than one definition, you have to write them all. If you do everything that you're supposed to do, you're going to get a 15, a perfect score. If you do 3/4, you're going to get 10 points. If you do a half, you're going to get 5. And if you do a fourth, you're going to get 1. All right, sentence. You have to write your own sentence using your vocabulary word. You may not copy the sentence off the list. You may not copy a sentence from the internet. It has to be your own. All right, I am expecting to see more than a simple sentence. I'm expecting to see more than a simple sentence. Okay? To receive all of your points, 15 points, you must have an excellent compound complex sentence. All right? For 10 points, you must have a complex sentence or a compound sentence. For 5 points, you can write simple sentences. Okay? And if you have run-on sentences or fragments, you're going to score a 1. I am challenging you to do better and to be better. Okay? Here is your word list. I am going to come around, or here is you click on the assignment to get started. Make sure that you write your name, your date, and your class period up at the top. Click on T for text box. I'm going to go ahead and tell you right now, mark out the word arid, and you are going to replace it with abrasion. Okay, you are going to replace it with abrasion when you get your word list. You are going to work on this for about 10 minutes. You are not going to keep the word list. I will take them back up. Just rewrite it. Error. Yes. You're just gonna like draw a line through it, or I'll go back and I'll show you in just a second. Take one. Okay, so to mark out a arid, you can go down here to the shapes and you can draw a line through it. All right, and then go back to your text box, and up above it or out beside it somewhere, just type in abrasion. Okay, and then don't forget you are going to do the part of speech is a noun. And then you have your first definition, a wearing away or rubbing away by friction. 2 is a scraped or worn area. Mm-hmm. And then we're going to do abrasive, and it is an adjective meaning causing wear by rubbing. Right? And then we have a second one, even with that, and it means harsh or rough in manner, irritating. Okay? Okay, I'm going to end today's video here. If you are home, sick, school, whatever, or an alternative school, whatever, ISS, this is what you need to watch and get your work completed and submit. Ethan.